Oh, hello. Thank you for joining me. My name's David Charles, International Psychic Medium, and today I'm going to do a reading for you for your next 2 weeks, your next fortnight. Which pack shall we use today? Let's try that blue one there. Don't get burnt. Moving the candle. We're going to do a pick a card reading, which is 4 stacks today. Give them a quick shuffle. They've all been shuffled. We'll do them again a bit. Special welcome to you if you're watching this all alone, or if you're lonely. And hello to all my friends all over the world. Let's make 4 stacks for the next 2 weeks. Doesn't matter when you find this, it's a timeless reading, which means you can find it today or in 10 years from now. It will apply from when you find it from the following Monday. So if it's Thursday where you are, this starts on Monday next, okay? Whatever day you're on, it's Monday next. And it's a pick a card reading. There's 4 stacks of cards there. Sure you've seen this before if you've been with me. And if you haven't been with me, please subscribe if you're new to the channel and click the bell icon and you'll never miss a video then. So these are numbered for you 1, 2, 3 and 4. And I'd like you to pick a pack. Which one do you fancy? You can use your intuition, you can relax or meditate. Some people pause the video, whatever you want. You may have a lucky number. Pick one of these if you would. And we'll take a look at your next 2 weeks. So it'll be a pretty quick reading today. Put those up there and stick with me, because at the end of this session, this reading, I'm going to run a competition so you can win a reading with me on your phone from anywhere in the world. Anywhere. All you have to do is stick around to the end of the reading and I'll show you how to win the competition. To win a free reading with me from anywhere in the world. Your next 2 weeks, number 1, involves being careful who you trust around your earthly life. That means everything except your love life, the way you earn your living, the things you do, your hobbies, that sort of thing, your earthly life, the basics. There's somebody around you who may not be trustworthy and you may have had problems in that area before. But for the next 2 weeks, don't be over cautious. Be careful who you trust, because you've been let down before, and it may be that somebody, they may not mean to be like it, but they may not be loyal to you when you're not around. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's really treacherous or anything like that. But just be careful. There may be a few loose tongues around. I think in the recent weeks, number 1, you've had a bit of a test. Maybe you've been going through exams or something. Something's been testing you out. Something's been trying you out. Maybe you've got a new dog and it won't behave itself. Something's happened in the last few weeks that's been sort of winding you up a little bit. And I think it's been a bit tough for you for the last few weeks, maybe for a bit longer than that. And you may not be at the end of that yet, because there's possible turbulence coming for you in the next fortnight. During the next 2 weeks, it may be a bit of a turbulent time, but it will clear away all the rubbish. That's what normally happens. Although you won't like it, try and put up with it, because things will improve around about 2 or 3 weeks from now. Watch out who you trust around your earthly life, particularly at work. And if you've had a tough time, I think during the weeks that follow the next fortnight, things will improve, because you'll remove this thing, whatever it is that's been annoying you, or that's been trying you out. Something's been trying you out. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Of course, this won't apply to all of you, number 1. It's a general reading, and you'll know if it resonates with you, but something's been winding you up. A lot of you. If it hasn't happened yet, it may be still to come, because there is turbulence predicted. I don't really think you've had an easy time recently, and I think the efforts you've made, number 1, recently, the people you've helped, the jobs you've done for people, it's all going to start to come to fruition soon, but maybe not for maybe 3 or 4 weeks. And then you'll start to see the rewards of the fruits of your labour, really. It's not a lovey-dovey reading the next fortnight. Doesn't mean you're not in love. It just may not be as romantic as it used to be. Just for the moment, things may be a bit dull. Maybe you're living apart for a while, or you're working away or something from the person you love. But that's okay. That should be okay. Again, it should sort itself out. Watch out for a business person, almost certainly a man, who may help you with your career in the next fortnight. He may help you with the people who couldn't be trusted as well. This person is very looked up to. Everyone looks up to him. They like him. is respected. It may be a relative of yours, but it could be somebody linked to your work. So it seems, number one, that it's not all fun and games for the next fortnight, but there's nothing here that you can't handle. You've had this kind of trouble before. Having people around you that are not trustworthy, having people around you that let you down. You've had it many times during your life. And some of you may be thinking about looking for new work. Don't be too hasty if that's the case. Don't give up what you're doing because of the people there, because you don't like the people there. You mustn't do that. You must stick with it because it won't last forever. I think any sacrifice you've made will pay you back very soon. If you go through torment or upset in the coming days, remember, it's the spirit world clearing out the rubbish. You may be clearing out rubbish of your own. You may be removing yourself from people that you don't like. You may be removing yourself from situations that you don't like. So all in all, number one, it's going to be a couple of weeks for some of you that you may not want to remember for a while, but think about it, go with the flow, and let the rubbish be cleared away. Put up with the upset of it, because new things are coming, and after a couple of weeks, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, the sun will shine for you again, and you'll look back at this and you'll think, I didn't like it, but it was necessary, and it's got rid of some things that should have probably got rid of a long time ago, and you've been putting it off. Watch out for a man who will advise you, who may be linked to your earthly life. Is a man that gives advice to people for a living, and that's what he does. But I think in your case, he will give you this advice as a friend. So you may know him already. I think some of you are opening presents, so some of you are having a birthday or some kind of celebration. I'm seeing also, number one, possibly some wedding gifts for some of you. So maybe 1 or 2 of you have not long been married, or maybe you're making a list of wedding presents that you'd like. There's some kind of gifts coming. It may not be a wedding, it could be a birthday. Depends on when you find this. It could be Christmas when you find this, of course. But whenever you find this reading, expect gifts coming, and maybe you're giving people gifts as well. For some of you, number one, I'm picking up a gold chain. Have you been recently given a gold chain, or are you thinking of buying a gold chain for someone you like, someone you care for? Maybe it's their birthday. There's gold in the reading, not necessarily diamonds and stones, so it may not be a ring, it could be a chain that, as I said, goes around the neck or on the wrist, some kind of chain. For some of you, not all of you. If you're buying gold or any kind of chain, silver maybe, once again, be careful where you buy it from. Don't be paranoid, just be careful who you trust at the moment. If it's not feeling right, put it off for 3 or 4 weeks and then look at it again if you can. Because I'm concerned that there's somebody near you who is not all they seem. It could be a woman or a man, I'm not sure. It depends on which one you are, because as I said, this won't apply to all of you. So think about gold chains. If you're expecting a present of someone, you may find that you open a little box and there's a gold chain in there, or you may be purchasing a gold chain for somebody that you think a lot of, obviously. Could be your son or daughter if you're a parent. Could be your dad or mum if you're a youngster. Could be a brother or sister, and of course, it could be your lover, your wife or your husband. But presents are exchanging hands here. I'm not sure if it's a birthday, a Valentine's Day or Christmas. It depends on when you find this reading, of course. Please subscribe, number one. I hope you enjoyed that. And stay with me, and you can win the competition at the end to win a free reading with me on your phone from anywhere in the world. And it's worth £65 in UK money at the moment. That's the way the currency is today. You may find this in a few years' time. So we'll move on to number 2. And if you chose number 2, this is for you. If you chose 3 or 4, I'll put marks down below for the chapters so you don't have to listen to everything. You can run the the video on. Number 2, just for you. Right. Interesting, number 2. For the next 2 weeks, you've got a psychic high coming up, which means that if you have any psychic ability, it's reaching a crescendo in the next fortnight or during that time. I always believe you get these around about twice a year, when if you have psychic ability, it reaches a high point. You'll always be psychic, you'll always have psychic ability, and you'll always have your spirit guides around you, but there are points when it becomes high. And for you, number 2, it's during the next fortnight, which is really good because it means it's a great time for you to make decisions. If you've been pondering things or putting things off, decision making, this is the time for you to do it, because your intuition will be highly tuned. You'll be able to look at people and know if they're right or wrong, if they're good or bad. You will be able to look at situations and know if they're good or bad. You'll be inspired by spirit. You'll know who your spirit guides are, a lot of you. Once again, it won't apply to all of you, but it's a psychic fortnight. Some of you, number 2, are dealing with property. You may be moving. You may be thinking of buying or selling or putting your house on the market or searching for somewhere new to live. Property can also mean moving your job or location. Whatever it is, it's good. It's nothing to be frightened of. So if you are thinking of anything to do with property, not saying you're going to sell a house in 2 weeks, but it may be the time to put it on the market, or it may be time for you to start looking if you're thinking of buying or moving. And if you're thinking of buying or moving your job, the next fortnight is the time to plan it. Not necessarily do it, but make the plan. Some of you may, of course, be doing it. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. There are plenty of videos that will help you with these choices. Some of you, number 2, have got something missing. You feel that you're missing out on something. I don't think you really are. But it feels like something's gone. Maybe one of your family have moved away or something. Maybe someone you love has gone to join the forces or gone abroad to live. But you're missing somebody or something. It feels like a piece of you has been taken away. It's not a bad thing, because it means that you care about this person or this thing. And you're wondering if this thing will ever return. There's something like an emptiness within you. Some of you, number 2, not all of you. So use your psychic intuition to work out the best way forwards. 1 or 2 of you, number 2, are being offered work. You may be in business and you may find that your business is picking up in the next fortnight. If it doesn't pick up in the next fortnight, it will pick up because of something that happens during the next 2 weeks. So it could pick up in a month or 2 later. But I think your finances are improving. I think your psychic side is on a high. And if you have psychic ability, I always say you will have healing ability. So some of you, number 2, may be into healing, maybe Reiki or something like that. Maybe you're just a natural healer. And if you are, then you're on a high point with that as well. If you're thinking of moving, put your plans into motion during the next 2 weeks, because this is good time. It's all about timing. If you're missing somebody or something, don't pine too much, because it's not something that's bad. If someone you know has gone abroad or moved away, or maybe they've got married and one of your sons or daughters have got married and they're moving away, and you have this emptiness, it won't feel like that forever, I promise you. Anything to do with work is brilliant. Good reading, number 2. Can't really see any negatives. Once again, it's not a lovey-dovey reading. Most psychic readings have got love and passion in them, but because it's only a fortnightly reading, that's nothing to worry about. I think things are really looking good for you. I think, number 2, you are inspired by the stars, and I don't mean the ones in the newspaper, I mean the real ones. You'll be inspired by the moon. Whatever phase it's in when you find this reading, the moon will be important, especially if you're into psychic stuff, which a lot of you are. Anything to do with property may involve a pair or a partnership. So you may be buying or selling property with another person. Maybe someone of the same sex. It could be 2 sisters or 2 lovers. Something to do with property looks good, number 2. If there's something missing from your life, don't worry, it won't be missing forever. Sometimes when you have a feeling that something's missing, it's love that's missing. Not always, but sometimes. And you may be required to do some work for somebody. You may be offered a new job. You may be offered a project that they want you to do because you're good. You're being sought after for your skills. So you've got skills in psychic activity and in your general working skills, number 2. Hope you enjoyed that. Stay with me, and you can enter the competition to win a free reading with me from anywhere in the world. If you want a reading off my website, it's davidcharlespsychic.com. And if I'm not free, you can book me on there. But if I'm not free at davidcharlespsychic.com, you can get help from one of the team that work for me, and they're really good, and they have to be really good to get into my team. So it's davidcharlespsychic.com. If you chose number 3, thank you for moving the tape on or waiting. And we'll take a look at number 3 for you. The next 2 weeks, from whenever you find this reading, it applies from that Monday, okay? So if it's the middle of the week, this reading starts from next Monday. You may find this reading today, you may find it in 2 years' time. It's a timeless reading, there's no dates on this reading. Whenever you find it, it's 2 weeks from Monday. Be careful, number 3, because you could lose something. You could lose money, you could lose on investments. If you're thinking of gambling or investing or anything like that, please don't do it for the next 2 weeks. I keep repeating, life is all about timing. And during the next 2 weeks, you could lose something. Keep your doors locked. Don't lend people your car or your valuables or your records or CDs, because you won't get them back. These are only examples. Don't leave your doors unlocked, and do not lend people money for the next 2 weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks actually, because you'll lose it. Not a good time for gambling. In the next fortnight, number 3, your stress levels are a bit high. So you may need to chill out and take a rest and unwind, go down, calm down just a little bit, because it's affecting your sleeping patterns. And stress affects sleeping patterns, it affects your eating patterns, and because you're not sleeping, you worry, and that makes your sleeping patterns even worse. So your stress levels go higher. Something is causing stress, number 3, and you need to remove it. You need to remove it now, tomorrow, today if you can. Whatever's causing you stress, get rid of it, without hurting anyone, of course. But your stress levels are too high, you're experiencing a possible loss. Now, the lovely thing with psychic readings is that you can avoid the negatives. If I tell you you're going to get run over by a bus, you make sure you didn't. And if I tell you you could lose something, then you make sure you don't. So be careful. Sometimes losses can be severe, but that's quite rare, so don't worry about that. Watch out for your stress levels. I think number 2, some of you are going on a journey of discovery in the next fortnight. If you don't do it in the next fortnight, you'll be planning it. A journey where you're taking risks. The spirit world are encouraging you to take a chance. Take a chance on love, take a chance on romance, take a chance with a new job, take a chance with a new hobby. It's time for you to do something different. It's time for you to be bold, adventurous, and to, as I always say, boldly go where you haven't been before. Do new things, learn new skills. If you can't do it in 2 weeks, obviously, but you can start the project off. You can make your plan during the next fortnight. I believe that most of you, number 2, not all of you, of course, this won't apply to all of you, it won't resonate with all of you, but some of you, number 2, are very, very clever. Some of you, number 3, some of you are capable of doing almost anything and being good at it. So if you had a new job on Monday, you'd be good at it. If you took on a new hobby, golf or something like that, cricket, anything, you'll be good at it. It seems to me that whatever you do, you're good at it, and people can get a bit jealous of that and a bit wound up by it, but take no notice. Just enjoy that you're skillful. You have the qualities to do almost anything you turn your hand to, and that, I believe, is why the spirits are saying to you today, take a chance. I think, number 3, the spirits have got you to watch this video today, and I think they've got good plans for you, and some of these plans will be revealed during the 2 weeks that are coming from Monday onwards. All you have to do is lower your stress levels. Whatever you can do to relax, do it. Watch out you don't lose something, including don't lose your job, of course. Don't lend people money and don't gamble, because you'll lose. Take a few chances during the coming fortnight. If you can't do that, then make plans to do that during the next 2 weeks. And use your skills to get what you want. You have high levels of skill. You're almost sometimes supernatural, the way you see things, the way you work out things. You can look at the machine and not read the instructions and work it straight away. A new television, new camera maybe. You don't need the instructions. You're very good at that. Throw them in the bin. Use your skills. And I hope you enjoyed that number 3, because it's a very good reading for you. Just don't lose something. And stick around and you can win a free reading with me at the end of this from anywhere in the world. A 20-minute reading worth £65 in UK money. And I'm going to move on to number 4. If you chose number 4, thank you for waiting or running the tape on. As I said, I will mark the video underneath. Number 4. You may be travelling or planning travel during the next fortnight. This 2-week reading starts from Monday. Whenever you find this timeless reading, doesn't matter. You can find it today or next week. From Monday onwards, this is what's going to happen unless you change it. For most of you, this reading will not resonate with everybody. It's a general reading, but there's travel coming up. Possible overseas travel. Some of you, number 2, are getting some karma. Number 2. Number 4, I'll get it right in a minute. Some of you, number 4, are getting karma, which means you're getting exactly what you deserve. So if you've been naughty, you'll pay. Some of you are dealing with officialdom, like the tax persons or people in authority, solicitors, that kind of thing. You may be dealing with parking tickets, speed cameras, or speeding tickets if you're in America. I'm not sure if you have cameras there, but look out for the law, look out for karma, and look out for travel. If you're not traveling during the next fortnight, then this is a good time to book it and plan it, because travel is coming to you, and most of you, not most of you, but a lot of you, will be overseas or to different countries. Karma is coming your way, number 4, which means you'll get what you deserve. Once again, I usually say, I believe you'll get karma about twice a year. When you get everything you deserve. If you've been naughty, you will pay. If you've been good, you'll be rewarded. So watch out for karma, because it also involves anybody that's hurt you in the past. If you've been hurt in the past, number 4, the person that did that is going to get their karma during the next fortnight. Of course, that only applies if they did it knowingly. If they did it accidentally, that's not the same. But everybody around you, number 4, is going to get what they deserve. There's legal stuff going on. You may be signing legal paperwork. Be careful what you're signing. Don't sign anything that you haven't read completely, even if it takes ages. I believe you've got some great opportunities coming up, number 4, during the next fortnight. There's so much coming your way. For some of you, you may be spoiled for choice. There's so much good stuff coming. Another thing, number 4, is that you'll be contacted, maybe on Facebook or somewhere, with somebody from the past. This could be an old lover, an old girlfriend or boyfriend. Could be an ex-wife if you're a bit older or had another wife. It could be an ex-lover that you loved before and you lost each other. But there will be contact with an ex, and with all readings, 9 out of 10 anyway, the message is be friends but don't go backwards. You can't go back to an old love affair. Now this thing in front of me is saying to me, the spirits are saying to me, that you need to be bold, because there are things coming, there are opportunities coming during the next fortnight that you need to be careful that you don't miss. You need to take a bit of a chance as well. Otherwise they could go straight past. You could get flooded with so many opportunities, number 4, that you won't know which ones to take. So if you can't decide which to take during the next fortnight, at least make a plan for the weeks that follow. You're going to get what you deserve. And everybody around you, if you deserve rewards for past efforts, you will get them. Yet again, not a lovey-dovey reading. There's not a lot of love in these readings tonight, or today, whenever you are. But you will get what you deserve. There's opportunities coming. There's travel coming. Some of you will be traveling because of your work. Some of you will be traveling possibly because you're meeting someone from the past and going back, or going to meet them somewhere. That's fine, but don't go back to a love affair where you'll fall in love again, because it didn't work last time and it won't work this time. There may be gifts coming your way, number 4. Again, it may be a birthday coming for you, depends on when you find this reading. Could be Christmas, but somebody's bringing you a gift, and you may be giving gifts out as well. That's happened to 2 of these readings tonight. So maybe you're going to find this reading near your birthday, or Valentine's Day, or Christmas. But there are gifts exchanging hands, changing hands. Watch out for legal paperwork and watch what you're signing. I hope you found that interesting, number 4. Stay with me and I'll tell you how to enter the competition to win a free reading with me from anywhere on the planet, on your telephone. All you have to do to win this free reading is first of all subscribe to this channel, because it's only open to subscribers. Secondly, I want you to put in the comments down below something that resonated with you in your reading tonight. Something that struck a chord or made you smile. And if you put some comments down below, I'll pick out the nicest one or the funniest one or the most original one, and I'll give you the number to call me for your free reading, which will be deleted afterwards, of course. And you can have this free reading from anywhere in the world. I'll pick the one I think is the best, and I hope you enjoy it. So thank you for being with me. Again, a special thank you for those of you who watch this all on your own. It is important, and I do care about that. And stay with me. I'll be back with you soon, and I'll see you soon. Catch you later. Bye-bye.